Well, hello there, Android TV. I'm Mike Bates. This is Tuesday, October 23rd's Android vlog, and I'm here to tell you guys to avoid Apple-based hate crime today. I'm also here to tell you about the Android news of the day, so let's get going. So starting off today, we have a couple stories. First of all, we have the Galaxy Note 2's pricing on AT&T. Last week we got the Sprint version. This week we have the AT&T's pricing, and unfortunately, it is the exact same as the Sprint version. It's $300 on contract, which is, in my opinion, way too high for a 2-year contract. And I think if they want to price it that high, then it should be a shorter contract, maybe 1.5 years or 1 year. Well, overall, it's the same Galaxy Note on a different carrier with the same amount, with the same price on contract. I think it's stupid, especially since later this month, even we will be seeing phones with pretty much the exact same specs, if not better specs, for $200. So, oh well, I guess you get what you pay for probably because of that gigantic phablet experience. But just in my opinion, $300 is just way over the mark, and I like that $200 is the standard pretty much for high-end phones. I think it should stay that way. We don't want to push that bill up any higher. I mean, they're already milking us so much on contracts here in the US. Other than that, in actual kind of good news, Verizon, probably in lieu of the Galaxy or the LG Nexus 4, that's going to be announced next Monday, as we heard confirmation of yesterday, Verizon is clearing out all of its pre-owned Galaxy Nexus stock. Basically, all the pre-owned Galaxy Nexus that they have in their stock, like if it's been returned by someone, they are going to be selling them off contract, so just full price unlocked for $230, and that's a pretty dang good deal if you're into the LTE Galaxy Nexus. I would recommend it for someone who's looking for a high-end phone, simply because of the LG Nexus coming out next week. But if you're looking for a mid-range phone and you don't mind having it being pre-owned, then perfect bargain for you. $230 is a great way to go, because that way you're off contract and it's only costing you like $230, which is really cheap. That even undermines Google's, albeit it not being brand new. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is actually sort of mini. Well, actually the iPad mini was unveiled today at a theater in San Francisco, but that's not relevant. Basically, Apple took an iPad, they shrunk it down, and they're making a couple ridiculous claims about it. Basically, I'll run down the specs. It's got an A5 processor, which was in the iPad 2 last year. It's got a 1024 by 768 7.9-inch IPS screen, which is a little bit bigger than a normal traditional 7-inch tablet, but Apple claims that it is just fine for holding, even though they have cut down on the bezel, so it's only about that big. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hold a 7-inch tablet, I kind of put my thumbs there. I mean, even if I'm just holding it one-handed, I'm still putting a little bit of finger there, and I mean, small bezel. I mean, they say they've implemented some technology to prevent accidental touches, but I don't know how that's possible. It seems like it would get more inaccurate if you were trying to actually touch the edges of the display, even if you were like deliberately trying to with your finger to try to tap on there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see when that comes out to see if their anti-touch technology really works. It's kind of interesting, but the big thing was that we basically knew all that. That wasn't the big news. The big news is that it starts at $329. I personally think that's a little bit too high. It's not going to interfere with the budget Android tablet market that we have seen explode in the past year. So, I mean, I think that they might have missed the boat on this one. I feel like if they had been the first ones to do this, if they had put out a 7-inch tablet for this cheap a couple years ago, I think it would be selling like hotcakes, and it'd be the other way around. They would have probably all of the tablet market, but thankfully they've waited, and I remember Steve Jobs actually saying that 10 inches was the maximum, or was the minimum to make great tablet apps, and that 7-inch, he was not at all interested in a 7-inch tablet, but Tim Cook apparently doesn't care. He's making one of these, and I don't think they priced it right at $329 for the 16 gigabytes, $429 for the 32, and $529 for the 64. So if you really want a small form factor with 64 gigs, you can get it for $30 more than a standard iPad. Also, they refreshed their current gen iPad to have an A6 processor, the same one from the iPhone 5, and a lightning connector. That's it. But so not a huge upgrade. We saw some stuff come out of Apple today. I did a pretty cool write-up on the iPad mini. and why Amazon and Google shouldn't care about it. The links will be down in the description for all the stories I talked about today. Please feel free to go read them. Please read the site on a daily basis. We put up some good news there, and it's relatively faster because I can only do this once a day, whereas we have articles up usually a couple hours after the news comes out. So if you want to go check that out, teamdroid.com, and links to the articles will be down in the description. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, please check out our channel, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Oh, just by the way, we have over 5,000 video views and exactly 50 subscribers now, so thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome, and I would appreciate it if you guys would keep sharing this channel, keep liking the videos, just keep supporting us. Thanks guys, and so I guess I will see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.